Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. As always, I like to first get into my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey, y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Brittany Weinstock. I am a family nurse practitioner, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review videos, Q banks, flashcards, one on one sessions, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success, maintaining a 99% pass rate and a 100% pass rate with our one on one sessions. Now, y'all know I always like to go over my disclaimer and reminder that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any of the questions that you see here, I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AANP exam. Now, any of my videos where I'm teaching on things that we currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into our questions for today. All right, you guys, and happy Black Friday. Our Black Friday sale went live on Wednesday. The sale ends tonight, midnight Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you don't miss it. The things that are on the sale, it's everything on the site. So if there's anything that you have been wanting to get or hoping for or planning for in the future, now is the best time. This is the lowest the prices will be. Our digital flashcards are on sale. Ebook is on sale. Our practice question course recap that we did a couple of times this year is on sale. Our question analysis sessions are on sale. Almost $200 off on that. Um, so a variety of items, our worksheets, and if you're just our self-paced review course, instead of getting that on a monthly subscription, you can pay it one time and keep the course. So a lot of good deals and options, and then bundles are included as well, or you can opt to get all of this for $697. So there's payment options available. I have considered always to try to help you guys in this holiday season because pricing will change at the start of the next year. All right, you guys, let's get into question number one. Question number one states a 55-year-old male with type 2 diabetes is being treated with insulin for blood glucose control. His blood glucose readings at bedtime are 120, and he wakes up with a blood glucose of 180. The patient reports feeling shaky and sweaty around 3 a.m., but his blood glucose at 3 a.m. is found to be 60. What is the most likely cause of his elevated blood glucose? Is it A, Don phenomenon, B, Samoji effect, C, insulin resistance, or D, no cause? Repeat the labs. Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, you guys. All right, you guys, I always recommend reading the stem of the question first, as it allows you to slow down to ensure you're answering what is being asked of you. So here, the stem of the question states, what is the most likely cause for his elevated morning blood glucose? All right, so let's see what's going on. This is a 55-year-old male. He has type 2 diabetes. He's on insulin for the management of it. Readings at bedtime are 120, and he wakes in the morning with a glucose of 180. But around 3 a.m., he's noticing that he's feeling shaky, sweaty, and his glucose is 60. So let's think about that. You remember I tell y'all to always know your key identifiers. This is classic for Samoji effect because remember, Samoji and Dawn phenomenon present with those morning elevated blood sugar levels, and then you need to do a couple of things to determine and differentiate one versus the other. One being checking blood glucose levels in the morning and the evenings, right? And so in this scenario, remember with Samoji effect, when the blood glucose levels go low, at bedtime or very early mornings, and then they rebound, have that rebound effect and go higher, that's the emoji. Whereas with dawn phenomenon, at the crack of dawn, those very early morning blood sugars will be high and no other variances will be noted, okay? So I always say, think of Samoji. My Brittany's Brilliance this is actually the founder's last name. So I always say it's a different name. So think of this as a very different scenario where the blood sugar drops pretty low and then rebounds up early in the morning, right? Because your body's trying to compensate. Whereas with dawn phenomenon, Brittany's Brilliance, at the crack of dawn is the only time that is elevated, okay? So here, again, the best answer is B, Samoji effect. Question number two, a 42-year-old female with type 1 diabetes presents with a complaint of higher than usual morning blood glucose levels despite consistent bedtime insulin doses. Her bedtime glucose levels are typically 140, but in the morning they rise to 200. The patient denies any hypoglycemia during the night. What is the most likely cause of her elevated morning blood glucose? Is it A, Samoji effect, B, dawn phenomenon, C, incorrect insulin dosage, or D, delayed carb absorption? Take a moment and tell me what you got, you guys. All right, so stem of the question here states, what is the most likely cause of her elevated morning blood glucose? So in this scenario, just like I was explaining in question number one, in this scenario, this patient has early morning hyperglycemia, but there's no hypoglycemia noted at night. So this is dawn phenomenon, right? So B is your best answer. And then lastly, question number three, a 60-year-old male with type 2 diabetes is on an insulin regimen and his blood glucose levels are well controlled in the evening. However, he wakes up with a higher than normal morning blood glucose and occasionally reports feeling a shakiness at night. After discussing his symptoms, his doctor notices that his overnight blood glucose drops to 50 and then rebounds in the morning. What adjustment is most likely needed to address his glucose fluctuation? Is it A, increase the evening dose of insulin? B, add a bedtime snack to prevent hypoglycemia. C, switch to a different insulin regimen. Or D, increase the morning dose of insulin. Take a moment and tell me what you got, you guys. All right, so stem of the question here states, what adjustment is most likely needed to address his glucose fluctuation? So in this scenario, this is a classic example of Samoji effect, right? Because he's having that drop in the 50s, that hypoglycemia, and then there's a rebound effect causing that early morning hyperglycemia, right? So with Samoji effect, you know what we need to do. We treat the hypoglycemia because that's the problem, right? This is why you need to identify Samoji versus Dawn, because where there is Dawn phenomenon and there's only hyperglycemia at the crack of dawn, right, in the early mornings, then you treat that hyperglycemia. Whereas with the Samoji effect, it's not going to improve if you only just adjust the medicines to treat that morning hyperglycemia, because that's not the problem, right? The problem is that you're having this late hypoglycemia and the body is having a rebound effect causing that morning hyperglycemia. So if you treat the cause, the source, right, the hypoglycemia with, for example, B, adding a bedtime snack, then that will treat the hyperglycemia. So always remember, no matter what scenario it is that you might run across this question, if it is this emoji effect and you're noting this hypoglycemia and then the rebound effect, treat the hypoglycemia. If it's that you need to add on a bedtime snack, if it's something that they're showing you that maybe the bedtime dose that they take is very elevated and high, then you may need to adjust that medication dose at night. So whatever it is, treat the hypoglycemia, okay? All right, you guys, I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whomever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. And if you need any of the resources that I do offer, click that Black Friday sale link. It will take you to all of the things on the site, and everything is discounted until midnight tonight. All right, you guys, if you need anything else or need to contact me for any reason, feel free to reach out to the nursing studio. You can give us a call or shoot a text message or shoot us an email, okay? All right, you guys, happy studying. Bye, y'all.